Whoa. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Didn't have my mic in place. So today is the start of a new live stream series. What did I call it? Something about Leetcode. Well, why would a web developer, an aspiring web developer, do these Leetcode problems? I mean, I just want to be a blue collar, nuts and bolts kind of web developer. I don't care about, what are they called? Big tech. What was that funny acronym? FANG. Facebook, Amazon, I think there are 2 A's, Apple, Netflix, Google, Microsoft should be in there as well. Amazon is in there, yeah. Those folks pay a lot of money. A little less now that, we're kind of in a more challenging economy, but back when interest rates were pretty much at 0%, I think, it was in these businesses' interest. Sorry, that's my little blind just banging against the window. I gotta move that. But hopefully it's not too annoying. Yeah, so when interest rates were at 0, these companies could borrow, and it was and bet on themselves that they're gonna leverage the capital they're borrowing at such low interest rates. 0% is like no interest. So they were hiring like crazy, and they were not afraid to pay more, I guess, to outbid each other for the best talent, right? Because these companies are always poaching and trying to take away the best players from the other team so that they can do better. So I've found that doing these Leetcode questions generally is great for even those developers who care nothing about getting employed with FANG. It's all about problem solving, and it's all about increasing your exposure to all kinds of different problems, and just challenging yourself, and just becoming, it's like working out. Like the more you do these, the better you get at them. And one thing I've surely found when I began doing, I'm at codewars.com. It's a free site. I haven't paid a cent. There's my logo. I actually created that pixel art myself, so I have an illustration degree, so I'm not scared of art. I don't do it professionally so much. Well, I do, sort of. I work with animations, but I don't make art on an everyday basis, let's put it that way. I am coding. I'm in VS Code, but I can jump into Adobe Illustrator, Photoshop, and I'm learning Blender as well, which is like a free 3D program. I have many interests, but generally you can lump them all into art. So what was I saying? One thing I learned from doing Code Wars that I was very struck by was how string-centric these questions are. A lot of them have to do with like regex and parsing strings and just doing stuff to strings, analyzing them, etc., etc. So I guess that's very common in the real world, right? Which is why they keep giving those problems. And then I'm only at 5Q, so I used to be, I think, starts you at 3, I think. I don't think it starts you at 1. But I'm up to 5 because I've solved some problems, not much. So let's go ahead and suggest a challenge. I picked JavaScript as my language. And all you have to do is hit train. And this is the problem. Complete the greatest product method so that it will find the greatest product of 5 consecutive digits in the given string of digits. Interesting. Okay, so here's this crazy string of numbers, and the greatest consecutive 5 would be, so this would be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but then this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you'd have to compare it and just sort of compare them all the way until you hit the end, which is always tricky. Beginnings and ends are always tricky. In coding, at least, not in your mind. They're very easy in your mind. So somewhere 5 consecutive integers in this string will max out at 3240, 3240. The input string always has more than 5 digits. Okay, that's nice. Adapted from Project Euler. I think it's pronounced Euler. Okay, so then you just go to train, you get this new interface over here, and this is where the magic happens. You have a little inline IDE, so let's go ahead and smash this out. You will be conquered by me. Okay, so you know it always helps to do a little pseudocode. Let me think. Would I just put all the digits into an array? So I could do string methods, or I could do. Okay, just for fun, I'm gonna pick string method. So that's gonna be my approach instead of putting those numbers into an array. You know what's funny? ChatGPT would just bang this out so quick. So I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed. I just want to peruse. Yeah, exactly. Length. So string.length is going to be useful for input.length. That's the parameter name right over here, input. So input.length is going to be useful because we want to know when to end this counting. Slice, substring, I think these are all similar. They enable you to take a little chunk out. So we could slice from 0 to 5, or 4, 0 to 4, 1 to 5, 2 to 6, 3. That actually might be nice. Let's see. Replace, no, who cares about that? Trim, no. Character at. Let's take a look at string slice. These really should be links. Come on now. Let's see. Control F. What am I looking for? Sliceroo. Yeah, these are the 3 different methods. Let's see. Extracts a part of a string and returns the extracted part in a new string. Start position and end position and is not included. That's very important. So if you slice out a string from 7, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, it will include the B, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It won't include the comma, so it'll give you banana. If you omit the second, the rest of the string. If a parameter is negative, we don't care about that. This example slices out a part. Oh, we don't care about negatives. Starting from 0, treated at 0. Oh, okay, so this doesn't have negatives. So substring is the same, huh? 7 to 13 is banana. Substring, okay, what about substr? The second parameter specifies the length. Okay, substr. Hey, that's cool. Cause then, yeah, let's use this one. Alright, so we'll be like string method dot substr, and then we'll go like from 0, and we'll always have 5 there. That's nice. Okay, so since that's nice, we can be like for let I equals 0. I is, let's see, maybe I plus 5, 4? Wait. I equals 0, I plus 4 is less than input dot length. So 0, let's see, the input length is 5. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I think that's right. Sorry, I keep hitting this thing on my mic. It's like the control for my sit-stand table. No, just like that. And then we will do, I mean, we gotta maybe push it into an array. So we'll say const my array, for lack of a better term. Okay, and then we'll do my array dot push. So we're gonna go input dot substr. So here's where the I magic goes. I comma 5. Okay. So let's say the input length is 10. We're only gonna go up to I is 5. So that's, I think that's right. 0 to 5, 1 to 6, 2 to 7, 3 to 8, 4 to 9, 5 to 10. Okie dokie. MyArray.push. And we're pushing all of those, and I'm going to turn them into numbers. So there's like multiple different ways to turn something into number. I think another way is like parse int. Yeah, it would be an integer, so you could do this if you want. Parse int, and all that does, because the substring is a string, and what we want to do is multiply all the numbers. So maybe now's not the time to parse int it. Okay, let's leave it as a string. Make sure we got that. Whoa. Okay, so now we've got our array of strings. Okay, great. Ooh, why is it doing that? Okay, what's cool is you can actually console that log, just so we can make sure. Okay, so where's my test button? Missing 1, 2, 3. Oh wow, there's a lot of. Okay. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. Wait. Oh yeah, that's just failing their test. Okay, but what we did was awesome. As you can see, there's strings. The reason is because the function that we're gonna use, so we're gonna be like myArray.forEach. This is the way you write. One way to write, I think there's multiple ways. In JavaScript, there's multiple ways for almost every, or not a lot, not everything, but a lot of things. So, and this is really embarrassing here. Yeah, you just give it a little callback function. Okay, so we're gonna say each string. For each string, I would like you to Okay. Wait, I am nesting a for loop. For let I equal 0, I is less than 5, right? Yeah. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll just do the little increment. Alright, I assume you know how to set up your for loops. If not, drill those JavaScript fundamentals. It'll become second nature to you over time. And we're gonna parse through this guy, so we're gonna be like string. Now you can do this with strings. Strings actually have a location, so that 1 is at location 0, 2 is at location 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'll prove it to you. Let's go ahead and log out string of I. And let's just do it one time because we don't want to go nuts. Whoa. Oh, okay, it's doing it once for each of these. So 1, 2, 3, 8, 3, 1, 2, 3, 8, 3. Nice. Alright, and we're gonna do like a let num array. Okay, so we're just gonna stick these guys in there. So we're gonna go okay. That's how else would you multiply all the numbers? That's just the first thing I thought of. Throw them all in an array and then multiply them. Okay, so let's see. This is probably not the most clever way. I doubt it. But who cares? As long as it works, you know, it's all good. Nowadays, you can just throw it into ChatGPT and be like, refactor, and then it'll give you like a genius way to do it, you know, the most clever way, quite often. So what am I doing here now? I'm just going to, I really want to do this and get ChatGPT to help me. This is weird without ChatGPT. Okay, so for that, num array. Well, you know, before ChatGPT, we had Google. How to multiply all the numbers in an array. That's like a question. Okay, yeah. I love this method's so annoying because it's kind of like esoteric, but okay. So 1, 2, 3 dot reduce A and B, boom. Okay, so you take A and B and then you reduce it to just one thing, and then this is now one number, right? So then A and B, you take them and multiply them and you reduce. So slowly it just becomes one number. It's hard for me to wrap my head around that. What's this array out from? Map, reduce. Okay. Sorry again. What do we do? Okay, here, this is labeled better. accumulator current value. Okay. I'm just gonna grab all this, remembering that the array has 4 elements. Sorry, I'm taking a really long time, I know, but just want to verbalize and everything. That is doing great. So we don't have much real estate here. Okay, cool. So they have a const initial value equals 0. So that's, you're just setting what your initial value is. So const sum. Let's just say total equals numArray.reduce. So we've got a little anonymous function here, the accumulator, and then current value. Okay, so that's like A and B. So the accumulator first is 0, I think. No. I guess it starts, this is the first element, this is the second element. So I want to do accumulator times current value. Okay. What? Reduce. Oh, okay, sorry, I didn't realize there's no. Okay, so where's the end of my thing here? Okay, bam. Initial value of 0. Okay, so reduce takes actually 2 parameters, a function, and then this guy, initial value. So I guess your initial value, you can set it to like -5,000 if you want. But we do want 0, and then it's going to take the first element and the second element of our array, multiply them as we want, and then it's going to kind of just vary that over here, so that becomes the accumulator. And then the accumulator will be multiplied by the third value, and then over here, and then it'll accumulate over here again, and then it'll multiply times the fourth value over here, and then it'll accumulate one more time, and then it'll multiply by the fifth value and return that. So now we need yet another, let's say, the grand winner, and we'll say let, because it's going to change, and let's just leave it alone, uninitialized, and then we're going to do, okay, this is helper code, goodbye, and right here, so once we get the total, we want to, let me think. So it can be like if there is something in there. So let's just set it to null for now. If there is something in there, then go ahead and compare the two. So we'll say like the grand winner. So we'll be like, okay, so if there's anything in there, grand winner is less than, greater than total. Sorry, it's gonna make more sense. If total is greater than the grand winner, then the grand So that's, you can actually do that with, if you don't need the braces here if you leave it all on one line. Okay, so then we'll be like else. We'll say return. Oops, sorry. Because then the total is still the dominant number, the greatest number. So if total is greater than the grand winner, then the grand winner is total. Otherwise, just ignore that total. Okay. What about if there's no grand winner? Okay. We gotta stick the total. So this is like an initialization, and then it loops through that. I think that's looking pretty good. Okay, so then let's go ahead and return total. Oops, why am I in my loop there? Okay, so if the grand winner, where am I getting total? For each string, okay. Yeah, each string does have a total. Okay, let's give it a shot. Since I was so thorough, I'm just gonna give it a shot. Total is not defined at greatest product. Let's see, where's total? Const total. Oh yeah, okay. Oh shoot. Sorry, I should be returning. I keep hitting that thing. I hear it in the mic. Return the grand winner. Obviously, with that name. Yikes. Expected undefined. Oh dang. Oh dang. Oh. Let's see, where's push string. Oh, okay, okay. That's where we wanted to make it into a number. So right now they were strings. Come on, man. Still got undefined. Okay. So let's go. Let's delete this just to be clean. So we've got an array for let I equals 0, I is plus. Okay, my array dot push. Okay, that was working, right? We got that array of 5 numbers. 5 consecutive numbers all on down. Let the grand winner equal null. This is definitely the problem here. My array dot for each string. Let num array equal empty array. Num array dot push. String of 0. Yeah. I think I can do that. So let's just console log num array. Just make sure that we're getting those things. Oh. Huh. 1, 2, 3, 8, 3, hold tag. Push. Let's do, okay, my array. Where's my console log again? Num array. Num array should be having more numbers in them. So for let I equals 0, oh shoot, that should be 5. So that was sneaky because like I did that just to make the console output readable, but that really bit me in the butt. You'll find that that happens sometimes. Okay, so this is nice. Let's keep analyzing. So let's hide that. Comment it out. Initial value equals 0. Const total equals num array dot dot reduce. Okay, let's go ahead and total. Console logs are really helpful. They seem primitive, but just undefined. What? Well, we found our error. Does this have to be returned? I think so. Yeah. I think what we saw, put it on one line like this. When you put it on one line, you don't need the return. That's a weird quirk. Alright, so that should work without the return, if that makes sense. Alright, well, at least we're getting numbers, right? What? For empty arrays, okay. Console, okay. Oh, snap. Do we even need an accumulator? Well, I know why we're getting 0, because it's multiplying. I'm gonna try not having an accumulator. Will it just know what to do? Yeah, huh. I thought reduce needed an accumulator, but I am wrong. Tell me, MDN. Okay. Yeah, syntax. This is optional. Let's take a look here. A value to which accumulator is initialized the first time the comp is called. If it's specified, okay, if it's not specified, accumulator is initialized to the first value in the array. What? I got lucky. Did I get lucky? Well, all in the past, man. The first value in the array? No, I don't want that. I want to make it 1. Sorry. Keep smacking the controls. Alright, let's see if that passes. Fantastic. Yeah, I just want to multiply by 1. I don't want to leave anything to chance. That first number in the array, right? The first value in the array is 1, but man, you never know. That would be horrible if you depended on that. Okay, beautiful. So yeah, that's done. We're done. And the logic was sound. Now, is this beautiful? It's functional. I think it's nice. I don't think it's too inefficient anywhere. You know, these computations are fast anyway, so but watch this. So all my tests passed. All their tests passed. 5 of them passed. Green, 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 green. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I have passed all those tests. Woohoo! Now you just go ahead and click attempt. Alright. It shows you some different results because it's officially testing. Alright, so I passed all those tests. And I'm going to hit submit. You may take your time to refactor. I'm happy with it. I'm going to go bam, submit. Watch this. I think it was 344, right? I got 8 points, baby. Alright, so now what's fascinating, I liked it. Very, very satisfied. You can look at folks who were upvoted for best practices in Clever, okay? Look how short this is. Wow. We gotta analyze it. This one too. 3 best Clever, very clever, okay. Clever usually means not readable, so, or less readable, more cryptic looking. This looks pretty freaky, but once we analyze it. Best practices, again, that's quite short. So, yeah, like, I would never program like this because it's extremely hard to read and understand, although it's clever. I would aspire more to something like that is starting to look like what I did, but still cleverer. So what you want to do is absorb what these folks are doing. You just want to be able to pinpoint and say, oh, okay, this is what they did. So they split it. So this splits them all the numbers apart. Okay. But they're still strings, I think. Input dot split, reduce. See, that's the crazy thing about JavaScript. A string can behave as an integer, so they just don't care. Okay, function max DIA. Whoa, why do they have so many parameters in there? Okay, so I think one of them is a counter. One of them is I is a counter, right? I don't know. Max sounds like a max. Okay. So there's more parameters that you can throw in these reduce functions. That's crazy. If I is greater than input length minus 5. Okay, so there's that input length minus 5. Then return the max, okay. Or else. So it's cycling through, it's reducing. Var prod equals a dot slice I plus 5. Okay, so they're slicing that first part, 5 characters, and then they're reducing that prd times parts int d. Just ignore that 10. That means base 10. Product prd times part. Oh, see here they're turning the string character into a integer. So this is that math function that I did with reduce. Okay, there's their accumulator 1, right? I think, yeah. Okay, so and then return math.max. Okay, so math.max is a comparison function, so it'll return whichever is greater. So that's pretty cool. I just did not. I knew about that, I think, but I didn't. Yeah, I didn't use it. And then 0. What's this? Going all the way up here. That's like reduce. I don't know why that's there. It's the initial value, right? So, but why would they put it there? Split it there, reduce function. Damn, that, that's a brain twister. Here's the little function that if I is greater than return what the max is and stop the loop. Okay, so it stops the loop early because, we got to stop 5 characters before the end, or 4 characters. And that's that part that we talked about, and there's that clever, yeah, pretty cool, pretty cool. I'm impressed. Okay, for r max equals 0, for I equals 4. Okay, so there's that thing they're adjusting for the end. That's nice. Max equals math out. Okay, there's that comparison again. Max input I minus 4. Oh, this is the string. Okay. Hey. Okay, so then. Okay, so max equals. And then it loops again. Max is equal to, okay, so that's a nice yeah, okay. Now this is pretty cool. Yeah, that's really smart. So I will, let's say we have a 50 number string, okay, 50 digit string. Then it'll go all the way up to i's less than 50. So it'll start at 4 though. So if, let's see, I is 4, input 0, input 1, input 2, input 3, input 4. If I is 5, input 1. Oh, okay, yeah. That, see how clever folks are? Yeah, this is pretty cool stuff, man. So one thing I definitely recommend that y'all do is check out the top 2 or 3 of these. Okay, I wouldn't even, well, that's pretty cool. Whoa, that is insane. Look at that, dot, slice. This is a spread operator. What are they spreading? Oh, I forgot, I didn't even see the map. Ew, this is nasty, dude. Don't even look at this. I mean, it's like, if you're into that kind of stuff, where like, there's a CSS contest where you like try to do a CSS thing in as little CSS as possible. I'm a little more practical. It's like if you like puzzles and stuff, I think, or like some people just like that, and I'm a little more like, does it help me do my job better? And I don't think this, I mean, it sort of does, but I guess I'll leave it at that. I mean, if we're doing like a 10Q problem, your brain will be broken in a different way. So that has a limited use. Let's just leave it at that. But if you like that sort of stuff, more power to you. Yeah, so this was a pretty long and like pretty relaxed like live stream doing a 5Q problem on Code Wars, but hopefully it'll jumpstart your own journey in Code Wars, and hopefully you'll start at the whatever 3Q they do. There's many languages, so if you like, these are just the ones I've expressed interest in. I should put Rust in here because I want to learn Rust next. It's really trending upwards in terms of usage, and really it is overtaking C++, as a lot of people predicted years ago that it might be the new C++. But a lot of web technology is being written in Rust as well, so it can't really lose if you dip your toes into Rust. But if you don't know JavaScript yet, well, then focus on JavaScript first, and then when you feel the time is right, you can branch out into another language. But JavaScript is the web developer lingua franca, so to speak. And with that, you guys, I think that's about all I want to say. Is don't be discouraged. Sometimes I have looked at the solutions, but try not to look at the solutions until you've Googled. And now with ChatGPT, you will get probably a good solution if you cut their description and paste it into ChatGPT. So that's an instant cheat if you want. But do try and challenge yourself and only look look at the solutions or use ChatGPT as a last resort, because there is a lot of joy in and you, if you have that discipline to attack it yourself, you're actually gonna be a more resilient and more like you can go through a lot more pain. And sometimes that's what it's all about, is just failing and failing and trying again and picking yourself up even when you feel burnt out and when you're tired and you weren't disciplined, with your life, so you may not have as much energy at work, or things are tremendously busy at work and they're like, putting a lot on your plate and trying to light a fire under your butt. Or let's say you're freelancing and you made a commitment and you got to do it, right? If you said it, then you got to do it. And that's a hard lesson I learned from my first freelancing assignment. We will see if I'm able to accomplish it. But I made a number of mistakes. So that's actually an idea for another stream, is freelancing in web design, because I tried it and I'll give you a sneak preview. It's been very difficult. So yeah, but my full-time job is going well, so that's important. One of the takeaways I have is be very careful about taking on extra freelance work if you have a full-time job, because people say, "Oh yeah, I do this and that and this and this. I have 3 jobs." Well, how good are you doing? Your full-time job that requires 40 hours a week, you're probably not doing so hot. So yeah. All right. If you got some value out of this stream, please do like and subscribe. Comment, let me know how I can improve. Let me know if you think I've done something nicely. Until next time, folks, adios, amigos and amigas and amiguys and amibis.